Hi guys, it's Mikaela again, and I'm here with another video, and this is actually a collaboration video with Chubit83YT, also known as K-Stray. I will be leaving her channel link in the description below, and you should definitely go check out her video of it. So for this video, we decided to both build a starter home, a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, and she usually does not use the move objects on cheat. Well, I always use the move objects on cheat. Like, I basically can't live without it, I feel like. So she, for her video, is actually going to be using that cheat. And then for this video, I did not use it at all. So you'll see throughout the video, there's like the red marks or whatever. You know, when you try to place down an object, and it won't let you. So it has like the red, like, don't go type of stuff going on. So there's a lot of that going on here. And oh my gosh, this was so hard for me. I mean, I think the very first time I built anything, I didn't use the move objects on cheat, but that's because I didn't know it existed. But now I basically rely on it, and that's the only thing I use, and that's how I'm able to make everything super cluttery and just amazing, I feel like. But I do end up liking how this house turned out. Right now, you're not going to see any of those red marks or anything until I start doing the landscaping and stuff, which I'm just about to do. I do like how the shape of this house turned out though. It is kind of weird on the inside, especially if you can see where I have like those weird like output things. I'm really bad at explaining words. You can see right now I'm struggling to put a chair, because normally I would have wanted to put a chair in the corner right there, but it wasn't working. So then I thought, okay, maybe I'll try putting like this attic decoration box. But then I didn't like that because I didn't like the look like it was giving me. And so then I decided ultimately just to put some gnomes out here. And I do have quite a bit of gnomes in this build, although I feel like in a lot of my builds I do put a lot of gnomes around. And then I started to go with some landscaping, and this was actually really hard too, because when I usually do my landscaping, I do a lot of layering to try to make it look as full as I can, but I really couldn't do that. I mean, I kind of could, but just it wasn't the same of what I usually would have wanted. And then normally I would have put some flower beds underneath the bushes to make it look a little bit more full, but obviously I could not do that. So instead I just go in with the terrain paint and kind of mimic it, but it definitely was not giving me the same type of feeling as it normally would. And then over here I just try to put some different variety of different bushes and whatnot. I felt like it was kind of random out in that corner, but I mean, I still liked it. And then moving on to the inside, it is a pretty small house, just 1 story. Like I said before, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And then it does have a kitchen. It has a pretty decently sized living room, I feel like. And then I also am able to fit a dining room table, which if you have seen some of my videos, some of my speed builds before, I often cannot fit a dining room table. So this one I could. And right here, so lately I've been really into putting like a coat closet into my build ever since I got the get together pack. So that's what I wanted to do right there, which normally I probably would have been able to fit it right there, but I could not because move objects was not on and I could not do that. So instead I just put like a little side table there, and then it worked out better because I was able to put a nice little window there, so then that way there's some light when you walk into the house. And then for the interior of the house overall, I do go with like a darker color scheme, which I do ended up liking. And then on this little side table, normally I would have wanted to clutter like the crap out of it, but I literally cannot do it because there's only so many slots. I feel like there needs to be more slots on like side tables and stuff. I know there's a mod you can get for that, but then that's still like cheating. So I felt like I couldn't really do that right there. And then another thing that I was having trouble with is just like trying to fit things in the corners of like walls and whatnot, because normally I'll try to push it like into the corner as much as I can without it like popping out or anything. But with the no move objects on cheat on, I couldn't really do that very well. And I do end up putting a fireplace on the inside, so I do go ahead and put a nice little chimney outside as well. I really wanted to use these bricks that you see on the top layer, but there wasn't any that matched the foundation bit of it, so I decided to change it up a little bit. I do still like it, but I don't know. And then moving right back onto the inside of the house, I am working on the living room right now. So on either side of the fireplace, I do put a lamp and then also a plant. I have a tendency to put a lot of plants in my builds, which in real life I don't have a whole lot of plants, but I wish I did. And then in this little area over here, I make like the main like living space, I guess, and it does end up being pretty cozy. And that's probably because it was too small to fit like a longer couch in there. So I go with the two love seats. I really wanted to put a chair in that corner, but I couldn't make it work. And I felt like if I like tried to make it work, it would have just looked too out of place. I wouldn't have been able to fit anything else like on the inside of it, like where the coffee table is gonna go or anything. So I think I might put a lamp or something over there. I don't know. Per usual, I'm going back and forth. In this corner, I really want to put a chair there, and I do leave it there for a little bit. I ended up messing with it a little bit later, but which is fine because I didn't really like the angle that it was hitting because I wanted it to look like directly at the fireplace, but it was just a little too off right there. And I do really like that sunflower painting I just put up. I think it's super adorable. If you saw my video, I think from Monday of this week, the one where I make the Willow Creek Bakery, then you would know that I actually have just gotten the Get to Work pack, and that's where the sunflower painting came from. So if you're wondering that, I don't know if any of you will be, but who knows. Sometimes I watch speed builds like before I had the majority of the expansion packs and whatnot, and I would see something and be like, ooh, I really want that. So then I have to like go back in the video and try to pinpoint where the person is picking it up from. Okay, I'm kind of rambling a lot right now, but it's fine. And then on this wall, I was struggling so freaking hard because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to put over here. So I do put a clock there. I think just some random decorations and whatnot. And then same move over here. But of course, I moved that chair a little bit later. And then over here is where I put the kitchen. And I like having like, you know how the wall is shaped right there? I don't know how to explain that properly, but I like having that be like the little nook where the dining room table goes. So that's what I do there. I do have to change the shape a little bit. Yeah, so I change it right there because it just was not big enough for like the actual kitchen, and I felt like that was a little more important. So I kind of play with it a little bit. I do end up moving the archway over just one more because it just felt really weird with how it was right there. And then especially when you put the fridge in right there, because the fridge like goes out more. And then I do change the color of the white countertops to back to a darker one, so just so it fits the rest of the house, because I felt like if it was white then it wasn't matching the rest of the house because everything else is super dark. And unfortunately, I was not able to clutter this kitchen as much as I usually would. If you've seen any of my other videos, then you would know that I absolutely love cluttering the crap out of my kitchens. Just because, I mean, I feel like in my kitchens, there's always a lot of clutter, like in real life in all of my kitchens. So I try to mimic that in The Sims as well. But like you can see how it keeps turning red when I try to place pretty much anything over there, which is super annoying. So I just put a couple of things. Maybe the person that lives here, I imagine a single person lives here, especially since in the bedroom I was only able to fit a single bed. So a single sim would live here. It would definitely be like their starter home. I'm pretty sure cost wise it costs a little bit more than like the starter, like 20,000 simoleons or whatever. But you know, that you can use the real estate cheat, I guess. But yeah, so I imagine a single sim would live here, so they don't need that much room. And maybe it's a neat person, and maybe they're just starting out, so they don't have a whole lot of stuff. Like I know when I first moved into my first apartment, I didn't have like anything, so I really didn't have enough stuff to clutter my apartment with. But I feel like the more you age and the more you grow up, you just accumulate so many things. Like I imagine like 20 years from now, my house is going to be so cluttered that I won't even be able to handle myself. And then moving back over to the rest of the house, this is where I have the bathroom and also the bedroom. The bathroom right now currently is too small. So, and I usually want like any hallways I have to be like 2 square wide or whatever. just because it's a little bit bigger, and then like I feel like if I were to walk somewhere where it's just 1 square wide, I would just feel really claustrophobic. So I try to avoid that. But in this house I cannot avoid that because my bathroom was literally too small to fit everything I needed in there. And I did want to have like a proper shower, sink, toilet. I think I only put a single shower in there, but I mean, that's still fine. But first I move on into the bedroom. First I tried putting a double bed in there, but as you can see, the bedroom is just way too small. So I decided just to move with a single bed. And same with the kitchen. First I tried to build this like very light, which I feel like I just really like white color schemes in houses in general. So that's why I try to do that with my Sims houses a lot. But again, I didn't want it to be too out of place. So I do change it to a darker color scheme in just a little bit. And I really like the dresser that I have right there. We might get that from City Living. I don't know. But I feel like I need it in real life. And I just put a couple of things down on the dresser. Like I put some music. I wasn't able to fit a computer or anything in here. I think at one point I tried to put the laptop on the dresser just because like isn't the laptop portable? I haven't actually really used it in that way yet. But I feel like it would be portable because laptops in real life are portable. So I thought like, oh, I can put it in a dresser and then your sim can just like put it in your inventory. But no, I think you have to put it on a desk or something for that to work. But you know, I tried. And then I was really struggling trying to fit a lamp on that nightstand for such a freaking long time. Like no lamps would want to fit there besides like 1 or 2. And of course it was the 1 or 2 that I didn't really want in general. And then I also really like that wall color. I've been dying to use that for such a long time, and finally I was able to put it there. See, so yeah, now that I'm looking back, this bathroom is super tiny, but I feel like if I would have had the move objects on cheat on, then I would have been able to make it work. So I do make it a little bit bigger. And I do struggle a little bit with just trying to fit everything in there because I really want to use the sink, but it's on the right side where it has like a built-in towel, which of course your Sims aren't going to use in like if you actually play this. But I like having like I just wanted to have it out, so I just had to make sure that everything was working out there. And then I do put a black toilet in there, which I mean I feel like I never use black toilets, but since I was going with a darker color scheme, then it worked out perfectly. And then I do try to just decorate it a tiny bit of just like random stuff on the wall. Like in my bathrooms, I'll try to put at least 1 or 2 paintings over there just to make it look a little more like, I don't know, dressed up. That is not the word I was looking for, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so I tried doing that, and then I did have to move the door a little bit, and then I moved right back outside. And this is on a pretty small lot. It's one of the 20 by 15 lots in Newcrest, which I feel like is pretty fitting because I did want it to be a small house. And I feel like a lot of times when I try to build a starter homes, it's on like a 30 by 20 lot, and then there's just so much room that I don't really know what to do with myself. And then over here I do struggle with landscaping yet again because I wanted to try to fill in all the empty space that there was, just because I like having a full landscaping job. So I literally just went in with a few plants and just to see what would fit in those tiny places, which is really annoying, but it's fine. And then I just put a few rocks over there. I actually really like the landscaping in the backyard. You'll see that I do put quite a few just like random stuff in places. Like first I put the trash can just on the side of the house. I'm not sure if I put a trash on the inside of the house now that I think about it, but at least there's one outside, so there's still one like on the lot itself. And then I do put the water balloon bucket right there, which I put that in so many of my builds, like pretty much every single one. But I just think it's really fun just like being able to have like a water balloon fight or something like that. But anyways, this is just about the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please definitely go check out Kaystray's video. Again, I'll be linking her channel down below, and you should definitely go check her out. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!